Tactical Air Control Party. Combat Controllers. Two elite, professional, highly trained entities of the United States Air Force. What sets them apart? What do they have in common? What can they do? Let's take a dive into what you need to know about Tacps and CCTs. We'll start off the video with a brief introduction on both of these entities. Let's kick it off with Tacps. Tacps are airmen who work in austere environments, providing precision terminal attack guidance of U.S. and coalition fixed and rotary wing close air support aircraft, artillery, and naval gunfire, while also establishing and maintaining command and control communications, and advise ground commanders on the best use of air power. Their motto is, "The strong shall stand, the weak will fall by the wayside." Okay, now on to CCTs. CCTs carry out some of the military's most difficult missions, acting as a one-man attachment to other special operations teams. These highly specialized airmen are trained in a wide range of skills, which we'll get into in a bit. They often deploy undetected into combat and hostile environments, and are experts in air traffic control. Their motto is, "First there." Alright, you just got a taste of what both of these elite communities are. Let's dig a little deeper and go over their capabilities, missions, and opportunities. At first glance, it might seem like Tacps and CCTs have a similar mission and responsibility. Both are capable of calling in airstrikes, but the further you look into it, the more you'll see how different they are. Tacps mostly operate with the Army, with some embedded with the Marines, and a small percentage working with soft forces. CCTs, on the other hand, are under AFSOC, meaning every CCT is a special operator. They embed in various soft units, bringing with them their air traffic control expertise. This means that if you serve as a TACP, chances are you'll be with conventional forces, but if you go CCT, you'll be guaranteed to work in soft. You pretty much have two choices. Do you want to control, or do you want to party? TACP's primary mission is to get bombs on target, whereas a CCT's primary mission is to land and control aircraft in denied areas. While all TACPs become JTACs, more and more CCTs are beginning to also get JTAC qualified, meaning CCTs can also put bombs on target. And, on top of that, CCTs are FAA certified air traffic controllers. That means that if you wanted to go work in that field after you get out, you can. TACPs take no part in air traffic control. Again, they mainly deal with guiding airstrikes. Due to the nature of SOF, CCTs conduct special reconnaissance, establish assault zones or airfields, while simultaneously conducting air traffic control, fire support, command, control, and communications, and forward air control. They deploy with air and ground forces in support of direct action, such as counterterrorism, foreign internal defense, humanitarian assistance, and combat search and rescue. They also employ all-terrain vehicles, amphibious vehicles, weapons, and demolitions in pursuit of their objectives. For the TACPs that find themselves in SOF, they also do some of the same stuff, as SOF missions naturally overlap. When deployed with tactical ground forces, TACPs employ small unit tactics, conduct close quarters battle, casualty collection, vehicle operations, and prepare deployed sites. So, to quickly recap on the opportunities for both of these communities, training for SOF, 10% off. Are you training for special operations selection? Need good gear at a good price? ATAC's got you covered. A veteran-owned company who focuses on giving you a great deal and gives back a portion of profits to veteran organizations. Start your journey today with a 10% discount. Use code General Discharge at checkout to get 10% off an already great deal. Link is in the description. Now back to the video. The only guaranteed schools for TACP are the JTAC qualification course, SEER, and Jump School. The rest of the potential schools really depend on being at the right place at the right time. CCTs are guaranteed dive and military freefall, and have much more funding and opportunities to go to schools like Sniper School, Breacher School, JTAC, etc. TACPs have an officer counterpart, which are TACP officers, formerly known as Air Liaison Officers. CCT's officer counterparts, on the other hand, are Special Tactics Officers. So if you want to serve as an officer in these career fields, those are what they'd be. Alright, you've been given a comparison of the capabilities, opportunities, and missions of TACPs and CCTs. Let's briefly go over where you can be stationed if you work in either of these career fields. After that, we will go over the training and requirements for each of them. We'll start off with TACPs. Since TACPs carry the nickname of Air Force Infantry due to them being embedded in Army units, they can spend most of their time on Army bases. On screen are some of the Army bases. If you find yourself serving in SOF as a TACP, you can be at Fort Benning, Georgia, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, Hunter Army Airfield, Georgia, Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico, Pope Field, North Carolina, Hurlburt Field, Florida, and others. Now on to CCT. As a combat controller, you can be stationed at Hurlburt Field, Florida, Pope Field, North Carolina, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico, Kadena Air Base, Japan, and RAF Mildenhall, United Kingdom. Now that you have an idea of some of the areas you can be stationed in either of these communities, let's move on to the training to get into them, then the requirements, and then we will wrap up the video. Let's start off with the training pipeline to become a TACP. The pipeline consists of U.S. Air Force Basic Military Training, 8 weeks. Special Warfare Preparatory Course, 8 weeks. TACP Preparatory Course, 1 week. TACP Apprentice Course, 12 weeks. U.S. Army Airborne School, 3 weeks. SEER School, 3 weeks. Now onto the CCT's pipeline. Basic Military Training, 8 weeks. Special Warfare Preparatory Course, 8 weeks. Special Warfare Assessment and Selection Course, 4 weeks. Special Warfare Pre-Dive Course, 4 weeks. Special Warfare Combat Dive Course, 5 weeks. U.S. Army Airborne Jump School, 3 weeks. Military Freefall Course, 3 weeks. SEER Training, 3 weeks. Air Traffic Control Course, 11 weeks. Combat Control Apprentice Course, 8 weeks. Special Tactics Training, 6 months. As you probably noticed, the training pipeline for CCT is significantly longer than the one for TACP. Keep that in mind if you're interested in either of these fields. And just because CCTs is longer than TACPs doesn't mean they're any better than them. They just have a different mission and purpose. Therefore, their training pipeline lengths differ. Okay, so now you know what training you'll be expected to complete if you decide to embark on either of these journeys. But do you even qualify to give it a shot? Let's see. Let's kick this section off with a requirement you'll need for both of these communities. You'll have to take the PAST, which stands for Physical Abilities and Stamina Test. For a Special Warfare Open Enlistment contract, you'll need the same minimums for these communities. Remember, don't shoot for just the minimums. You need to go way beyond that. The events and minimums of the PAST for TACPs and CCTs are max pull-ups in 2 minutes with a minimum of 8, 2 minutes rest. Max sit-ups in 2 minutes with a minimum of 50, 2 minutes rest. Max push-ups in 2 minutes with a minimum of 40, 10 minutes rest. A 1.5 mile run in 10 minutes and 20 seconds or less, 30 minutes rest. Complete 2 25-meter underwater swims with a 3-minute rest in between each one, then a 10 minutes rest. 500-meter swim in 15 minutes or less. With the PAST out of the way, let's go over the requirements respective to each of these communities. For TACP, these are the minimum requirements. Pause the screen to take a longer look. And for CCT, these are the minimum requirements. Pause the screen to take a longer look. Alright, now you know the basic requirements for both TACPs and CCTs. But don't go just yet. We're about to wrap up the video and leave you with some valuable resources to go check out about both of these communities, as we can't cover everything in detail in just this video. In this video, you learn that TACPs and CCTs are very similar, yet quite different. Tacps focus on getting bombs on target, and CCTs are experts in air traffic control. Tacps serve mostly with conventional forces, whereas CCTs fall under AFSOC and serve with soft units. While both of these communities serve different purposes, they both bring talent, skill, and professionalism to the battlefield, leaving a lasting and positive impact. If you want to learn more about these communities straight from the horse's mouth, go check out the YouTube channel One's Ready. He's interviewed people from both of these communities. We'll leave the link to his channel in the description below. We also did videos on both of these communities separately. Make sure to check them out. And if you like the versus video format, we've done other videos like this. The thumbnails on screen are the versus videos we've done thus far. The playlist to these will all be in the description below. Well, that is the down and dirty of Tacps and combat controllers. If you learned something from this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you for watching. Do you even want to be here? A big shout out to all of our YouTube members and our patrons over at our Patreon. Thank you all so much for taking the extra step in supporting our channel. It is much appreciated. If you'd like to be featured on a General Discharge video, consider joining our membership with the link in the description or the join button to the left of the subscribe button, or go give our Patreon a look and join the team. Here's Nick Nausea.
All your friends are subscribing to General Discharge, and you don't even want to be here.